This is the face of a lowhead dam looking at it from downstream. The wave action doesn't look particularly threatening, but this is what you see coming up to it, 50 feet away. This is what a kayaker or a tuber would see. It doesn't look threatening at all. It looks placid. It's inviting, but it's a deadly, deadly deception. Because the wave action on the other side of that dam, that wave action, creates something called keeper hydraulic. Let me explain that to you. Upstream, you have a tranquil flow of the river, and the water flows smoothly, and then when it hits the crest of the dam, the water or the current becomes supercritical. It speeds up very quickly, and it goes all the way down to the bottom of the dam. Perhaps you see a foot or two, sometimes 3 a foot drop on a low-head dam, but the dam goes down to the base of the river 5, 6, sometimes 12 feet. That creates this keeper hydraulics, which is almost like putting someone in a washing machine. It goes round and round and round and traps a person or debris in that hydraulic. Keeps recirculating, recirculating, recirculating. Now, that water that's being dumped over the side of the dam creates hundreds of pounds of pressure, downward pressure on someone. So even if you're wearing a personal flotation device, a life vest, which provides about 8 to 15 pounds of buoyancy, it's not going to help you. Ironically, it's going to make it worse for you, because the only way to get out of this keeper hydraulic, the single escape route, is swimming down the bottom, out of the hydraulic, beyond what's called the boil point, so that you're not sucked into it. And it's not really possible to swim with a life vest on, at least to swim at beneath the surface. Truth of the matter is, there's a 70% likelihood that you're going to die or be injured if you confront one of these dams. And that is too much. This is the Dan River near Eden, North Carolina. You can see it's like many scenic rivers. This was taken in the wintertime, but in the summer, it's lush with foliage on either side, and it flows rather slowly and smoothly. And it gets to the Dan River, or the Duke Energy steam station, Keeper Dam, I should say, Lowhead Dam. And you can see it there. See the tranquil water approaching it, and a little bit, maybe a 2 foot, perhaps 2.5 foot drop in the river. Doesn't look particularly threatening or menacing when you come up on it. As you can see, this is another Lowhead Dam, but you can see how tranquil it is from behind the crest of the dam. Smooth, tranquil water, and the crest of the dam doesn't look particularly threatening. But in fact, as I mentioned, because of the keeper hydraulic, because of this recirculating volume of water, it's not only threatening, but deadly. On June 16 of this year, 9 members of the Villano family decided to go tubing in the Dan River. It was a beautiful, warm, sunny summer afternoon. They drove 4 vehicles, 2 to where they were going to be picked up, and 2 where they dropped off at Draper's Landing. They got out of the car at Draper's Landing, took their tubes, inflated them, tied them together, put them in the river, got in, and started to enjoy what they thought was going to be a beautiful summer day. They floated calmly down the Dan River for an hour, hour and a half maybe. And up ahead, about 50 feet ahead, you see this ripple in the water. You can hear some water rushing. It seems like, well, this is going to be fun, some rapids. Well, as you know, it wasn't fun. It was a horrible disaster for this family, one that they'll never, ever get over. We're here today to make sure that other families don't endure this same tragedy. The Villanos went over that dam, were trapped beneath it, 5, actually 6 if you include the unborn child of Teresa, died. 4 survived. And they survived by clinging for their lives for 22 hours before they were rescued. A horrible thing that should never happen to anyone else. So, what should be done to prevent this from happening? Well, the first and easiest thing is to eliminate these dams. The owners of these dams understand and have understood for 100 years that they are deadly, that they are drowning machines. So get rid of them. That's the first thing you should do. But if you're not going to eliminate them, then what do you do next? Well, you've got to, at very least, separate recreational users of the water from the dam. Very easily done. Flotation buoys linked together by wire rope or chain with signs on either side, dam ahead, keep out. That's how you do it. The third way is to mitigate, and my partner will talk to you about that, Brian Bradley, but fix it.
Good morning. With the mitigation, there are a lot of different techniques to do it. Engineers have come up with a lot of different ways. The key is to disrupt the rush of the water that's coming over the face so that you can stop that hydraulic from rotating. Some of the techniques include mounting almost like shelves, lips that they'll mount on that downstream side of the dam. And what that allows is the water to hit the dam in different spots so that you don't have all of the velocity of that hydraulic. Other ways include something as simple as putting boulders, large 3 to 6 foot boulders that get stacked about 4 feet out for every foot that you have, and you put those across. This is an example of doing that, which allows the water to kind of almost like a stair-step approach to it. And these are all simple fixes if the dam's not removed. Obviously that's preferable, but these mitigation techniques.
Thanks, Brian. The real point is that if any of these simple measures had been taken, we wouldn't be here today, and the Villanos would have their family members, their loved ones with them today, and that would be the preferred course of action. But we are here, and we're here for the simple reason that we need change. We need the owners of these dams to either eliminate them, fix them, or at very least protect recreational users from the deadly hazards they pose. Did they eliminate or separate users from the dam or mitigate it, mitigate the hydraulics in the Dan River? No, they didn't. And as a result, Teresa Villano, who and her unborn child, mother of 3, died. Tony Roman, her partner, died. British Crawford, mother of 4, I should say, mother to 4, and her son, Isaiah, died, 7 years old. And 14-year-old Megan Heinz's daughter, Sophia. These are things that should never happen to any other family anywhere. North Carolina, Indiana, Illinois, anywhere. And we're going to look to a jury in this case to encourage Duke Energy and all other owners and operators of low-head dams to take the measures that are necessary and appropriate and reasonable to fix this deadly danger that's lurking all across our country.